How is it possible that thoughts become things? Frequency and vibration. What is that really? Your dream of the life that you really love to live. Your dream of prosperity, of success, of having the love of your life, the house of your dreams. Well, there are secrets that you may not know, and those secrets are available to you. The secrets are available to all of us. Beyond the clouds, beyond the blue sky, to the blackness, the infinite blackness of space. That place where all the energy is the energy of thought and light. That place where the planets and stars find their home. This is your true home. The heart, the mind, the intelligence of the infinite. Learn the secrets that will bring you the success and the life of your dreams.
Welcome, everybody, to the Napoleon Hill Institute's 7 Secret Laws of the Universe Revealed. I'm your host, Carla Elizondo, and if we haven't met before, I am a mindset coach, a licensed psychotherapist, and a principal teacher here at the Napoleon Hill Institute. It is my honor to be learning right alongside you and listening to these amazing presentations and sharing what I have learned. So we want to thank you again for spending this past 3 days. Today is the 4th day of this free 4-day online event. Make sure you're taking advantage of watching the replays. We have all been waiting for this day. We have our president of the Napoleon Hill Institute, Dr. Joe Vitale, which I will bring up in just a couple minutes. But before I do that, I wanted to check in with everybody. I'm going to watch over here in the chat. Again, be sure that you are a part of the Facebook event group. We are doing amazing homework over there. We are really embodying this. That's what we've been talking about. We're learning all of this material, but what kind of action are we going to take to implement this into our lives? So let's see, everybody. Wow, I love this. I wanted to read a couple of these. I had Eva Benke, I hope I'm saying that right. She says, I wanted to thank the Institute for giving away such big pieces of knowledge in these programs for free. Even if some of us are still in the vibrational basement, I feel you, Eva, we can reach a higher frequency with these lessons. There's somebody else wrote in the chat, Carla, if I am at this lower frequency and where I want to be is so many levels or frequencies up, how do I get there? It seems so insurmountable. Well, I would encourage you to rewatch day 2. We talked about that. If you find yourself on the basement or floor 1, don't try to rush to the penthouse. You can quantum leap there, but it's one step at a time. I would encourage you, what's one higher thought than this? Remember, whatever frequency you find yourself on is because that's the vibration you are at. How do we change our vibration? We learned that. You change your thoughts because your thoughts create your emotions and your emotions are your vibration. So change your thoughts. I encourage you to rewatch day 2. All right. So we have quite the finale, like I said today. We have Dr. Joe Vitale, the president here, and we also have the CEO. We're going to hear from Cleona again. Dr. Joe's going to talk about the law of alignment. Cleona's going to talk about the law of light and so many more things. So as a reminder, again, make sure that you are implementing this. Go over in the Facebook group. We are answering all of the questions you have. We love to interact with all of you. And here we go. All right, this means a lot to me. So I've shared a little bit before about my journey in personal development. And again, I used to be watching these things kind of on the outside, not really stepping in. And I watched all the free trainings, all the YouTube videos. And it wasn't until I made a decision, a very big principle in Think and Grow Rich. Again, this is the book. If you do not have this book, go ahead and get it. Chapter 7, Decision. Nothing happens without a decision. Cleona talked about the frequency of decision yesterday. Most of us find ourselves on the frequency of procrastination, which is the opposite of decision, as Napoleon Hill states. So are we on the frequency of procrastination, staying where we are? Or are we on the frequency? Are we going to decide to be on the frequency of decision, making decisions quick, even if you're afraid. Perla talked about that yesterday. Doing things when we're afraid is okay. This too shall pass, even though we have those emotions. It's okay. But let's make a committed decision that we are going to be more decisive. We're going to decide today to take action, to do the things that we've been putting off, procrastinating, making excuses for. That was me for so many years, for decades. Wow. And again, when I talk about this from a mental health perspective, anxiety, depression, feeling disconnected, having no reason to wake up in the morning, that was me. And so it was probably about 18 years ago. It was 18 years ago. So this is a full circle moment for me. So come along with me as I just tell this short story. 18 years ago, I was in some of the darkest places. I shared before that I used to drink to cope. I am now almost 6 years sober, and I am so grateful. But it's because of this material. This is a lifestyle. It's a way of being. This is not just joining programs to watch these free 4-day events and then getting excited and having a little bit change. And then another few months go by and we're in the same place. And so we go on again. Who's having a next live event? And then we go on again. But we never make a decision to really put ourselves on the hook and commit in whatever way that looks like to you. Okay. So that was me. And I found myself going in these circles, and it was so painful. So it was 18 years ago. I was really deep in my addiction. And I won't tell you the whole story, but I ended up in an outpatient alcohol rehab program. And the year was 2006. And I was so ready for change, although I didn't change until years later. This was 2006. But I was ready for change. And there's no coincidences, and everything is miraculously constructed, going on behind the scenes in our favor if we choose to believe so. So I am in this rehab program, and the teacher played us a movie, The Secret, in 2006. And that is when I was first introduced to some of my biggest mentors, Dr. Joe Vitale being one of them, Bob Proctor, as we all know. But that's when I first heard Dr. Joe Vitale speak. This was 18 years ago. I am depressed. I am in my addiction. Cut to 18 years later, I am working with him, and I'm going to introduce him to you. So if you have any doubt if this material works, it does. So take it from me. This material works. And so without further ado, I would love to bring up Dr. Joe Vitale. He is the recent recipient of the Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award. His new book, Zero Limits Living. He has written over 90-something books. You know him from The Secret. He is the president of our Napoleon Hill Institute. And I am so honored to have him here today. Thank you so much, Dr. Joe.
Thank you, Carla. That's a wonderful introduction and an even more moving story. First-person account of transformation. Congratulations for that. And you are a shining light. Every time I see you, you are beaming. And here you are beaming again for everybody to see. So thank you. It's an honor to be here.
Thank you. Take it away.
All right. Well, everybody, I know that there are thousands and thousands of people from all over the world at different time zones. Some are getting up, some are staying from going to sleep because they want to attend these events. And you are doing the right thing and the wise thing. This is an investment in your career, in your life, in your transformation. And it's all free. The Napoleon Hill Institute and everybody involved is doing this to help you. So I have a presentation that I want to walk you through because this is going to also give you insights on what works and what doesn't work when it comes to transformation and personal growth. So without further ado, I'm going to ask one of my assistants to put there it is on screen, the 7 secret laws of the universe revealed, the power of connecting. All right, this is what we're doing. Oh, they jumped to the missing secret. Well, that's great because what I want to do is talk about the missing secret. I've been in this business for decades, and I really think my personal contribution to transformation is understanding the missing secret, which is what I'm going to reveal to you in this short presentation. So please, lean forward, take notes, because this is the moment you've been waiting for. So the missing secret, this is how to understand what's been holding you back. I'm going to be talking about how to apply the missing secret after I explain what the missing secret is. And you're going to feel motivated to regain the power of your life and manifest your dreams, because this is the key that unlocks the door that has been keeping things from you in the past. And I mean this in the most sincere way, and I'll prove it to you as we go through this. This answers the question, why doesn't the law of attraction work for me or work all the time? The missing secret is to make the secret work on command every time. Now, if you're honest with yourself, maybe you saw the movie The Secret, like Carla had mentioned earlier, and maybe you walked away excited, maybe motivated, but did it work? And did it work consistently? Did it work persistently? Did it work all the time? And if you're honest, you probably have to say no. There's a reason for that. And it involves this missing secret that I want to reveal to you. First of all, who am I? Yes, I'm the president of the Napoleon Hill Institute now, but who was I before this? I was born in Ohio, lower middle class family. Nobody believes me when I say this, but I was shy, immature, insecure, and afraid of everything. But I had big dreams inside this locked up, tight, insecure, immature, not developing, not breaking free personality. I decided I wanted to be a writer because I was in love with books and I wanted to change lives. But it didn't happen overnight. I was homeless and I was in poverty for 10 years. 10 years. I know what it's like to struggle. My first book wasn't published until 1984, and it came and went without any notice. It would be another 10 years before my next book was published. That's struggle, folks. Today, I've written over 90 books. As Carla mentioned, my most recent book is called Zero Limits Living. It just came out. And my main motivation is to help you. I want to help others. I want to create financial freedom, romantic freedom, spiritual awakening, and more for you. I want to make this easy. So a little more about me. I created a movement to end homelessness. This is my way of giving back. It's called Operation Yes. I've also contributed to the Habitat for Humanity. In fact, I helped work with Jimmy Carter long ago, and I have a signed photo from him and his wife for a thank you for what I had done. I'm in so many books, written 90 books. I'm in movies. I've written or been appearing in 20-some movies, of course, the famous one, The Secret. TV interviews around the world. I have gone to countries, speaking to countries I didn't even know existed when I was growing up. This has all been new to me. But I've been able to do this because of the books, the movie appearances. In fact, I have my own movie called Zero Limits that'll be coming out probably early 2025. It's in final editing and production right now. I'm also the guy who brought Ho'oponopono to the world through my books like Zero Limits and At Zero. And if you don't know what Ho'oponopono is, I will be telling you about it as we go through this presentation. I was on Larry King's show, the late Larry King, twice. Almost all of it was about the movie The Secret and the Law of Attraction, but I've been on covers of magazines. I received the Lifetime Achievement Award from the Los Angeles Tribune, and recently I received the U.S. President Lifetime Achievement Award, which even baffles me, but I'm grateful. I'm in my 70s now. I'm still working, and I'm working in many ways harder than ever before because I'm trying to help you. I want to inspire you. I want to motivate you. I want to educate you. I want you to have that awakening that you long for and you deserve because it takes you to the other side. So I'm on a mission. So this presentation is for you if you've been disappointed by promises to change your life, but you're still open and ready for change. Maybe you've read all the self-help books, listened to the podcast, tried to meditate or visualize money, health, status, the love you desire, but nothing has seemed to work all the time, consistently for you. This presentation is also for you if you are wondering what is real and what is bogus. And if you're open-minded and you know that results are a co-creation, and you're ready and willing to do what it takes. Now, this is not for you if you simply want a magic pill or a no action formula, or if you're too skeptical to try something new. I need you to be open-minded. I need you to be curious. I need you to keep your heart open and your mind open, because the good stuff is coming. So what is the missing secret? The missing secret is the law of alignment. Now, this is one of the most important things you will ever discover. Yes, there are lots of secrets, and we're revealing 7 of them in this entire Napoleon Hill Institute presentation. My particular gift to you is the understanding that this missing secret explains everything that has been working or has not been working in your life. And I really want to make this clear for you so you can use it today to move down the road to have, do, and be whatever it is that you're imagining. If you can conceive it and believe it, you can achieve it. Napoleon Hill's famous quote. I love it, and it's still true. The missing secret is the law of alignment. The law of alignment. Well, what is that? The missing secret is understanding that the conscious intentions and subconscious counter intentions may clash. Your subconscious counter intentions could take 95% of your mental power, yet your conscious intentions or desires only take 5% of your power. So if you're sitting there going, I intend to attract more money, I intend to attract the love of my life, I intend to attract spiritual awakening, I intend to attract health, fill in the gap. Those are conscious intentions. That's only 5% of your power. What's going on with the 95% that's hidden? If you have limiting beliefs in there, what I call counter intentions, you will prevent your conscious intentions from happening. It won't be your fault. You won't even know this is going on because you're unconscious to it. They're blind spots in your mind. Now, this is great because I'm giving you the key to the kingdom. Stay with me. Counter intentions, they're hidden from your conscious view. They're still stopping you from having results. Example, money and love. I talk about money quite a bit, and I've written lots of books about money. Money, Love, Speed, The Awakened Millionaire, Attract Money Now, and other books I don't even remember. But they're all around money. And so bear with me for 1 second and think, would you like to have some money? Would you like to attract money? Have you been trying to attract money? Have you visualized it? Have you scripted it? Have you intended it? Have you done everything that you've read about, saw in the movie The Secret, or got from some other person, place, or thing? Have you applied all that? Okay, where's the money? Where's the money? If you are intending money because you got to pay your bills, what's keeping it from you? Believe me, I know this firsthand. I was homeless. I was in poverty. I know what it's like to look around going, hey, I'm doing all the right things. Where's the money? So consciously, you want money. Subconsciously, there's a counter intention, maybe several, including statements like, money's bad, money's corrupting, money's evil. Maybe the biblical statement is in your mind that says, money is the root of all evil. What I'm teaching you with the law of alignment is that your conscious and your subconscious have to be aligned. If part of you is saying, I want money, bring money to me, but a deeper part of you is saying, money's bad, keep it away, you will keep it away. This is profound. Let's go into this a little bit more deeply. This is an insight I had decades ago, and I've written about it, spoken about it on stages around the world. And it's really the concept that the universe, which you can call God, you can call the divine, you can call Gaia, you can call nature, you can put any name for this higher power. It is trying to help you. You may be sitting here sending requests to the universe saying, please bring more money, please bring my soulmate, please heal me. And as that goes to the universe, it's hitting your belief system. If you look at this chart here, it's showing that you have conscious beliefs and unconscious beliefs. And so as you send a request, an intention into the portal that we'll call the universe, it's going through your own beliefs. And if your beliefs are saying this is impossible, or it won't happen for me, or there isn't enough, or it's corrupting, or this is negative, or any number of hidden, blind spot, unconscious, counterintention beliefs, it will prevent you from having what you want. I'm pausing for this to sink in. This is the great gift about the missing secret being the law of alignment. You have to be aligned consciously, subconsciously, intentions, counterintentions, so that you go in the same direction and the universe can help you achieve and attract what you want. And everything becomes far easier then. Let's go into this a little bit more deeply. So how do you remove subconscious counterintentions? Now, I've made a career of doing this. I've been researching all the different ways to what I call get clear. What are you getting clear of? Those subconscious counterintentions, the ones that are slowing you down, the ones that are stopping you. You must get clear of them. When you are, life becomes magic and miracles, and you achieve what you want and attract what you want at an accelerated rate. I have so many stories to prove this, and I'll tell you a couple as we go through this. So how do you get clear? Well, I have a catalog of ways to do this, and this is what we specialize in at the Napoleon Hill Institute. One of the ways I like is called tapping. Maybe you've heard of tapping. EFT, emotional freedom techniques. It originally was TFT, thought field therapy. I first learned it from Roger Callahan, who was the guy who created it, discovered it, invented it, whatever you want to give the attribution to. I interviewed him, worked with him, and learned about TFT, which evolved into EFT. It is sometimes called psychological acupuncture. Acupuncture is where they will put needles in different parts of your body, anywhere along the circulation, and there's thousands of points on your physical body. And it's to open the energy centers. But you don't have to put any needles in you, because you can tap on different energy points to release the blocks that are there that you don't even see. Let me give you a quick example here. I know this is a turbocharged presentation, but this is the eye-opening moment that'll change the direction of your life forever by just understanding the law of alignment and this power of the missing secret. So with EFT, what you're doing is tapping on your body, and you're tapping out a limiting belief. So let's say you're trying to attract money and you notice money's not coming in. And as you think about it, you think, well, maybe I think money's bad. All right. So we're going to take that money's bad as a belief, and we want to remove it. So you would start tapping on the underside of your palm, almost what's called the karate chop area of your hand. And as you're tapping on it, tapping a little bit like you're knocking on a door, that's how hard you're tapping, you're saying, even though I think money's bad, I deeply love, accept, and forgive myself. And you can put any limiting belief in there. Even though I think money corrupts, I deeply love, accept, and forgive myself. And you're tapping the whole time. And you can put any belief, even though I feel like there's nobody out there for me, I deeply love, accept, and forgive myself. I want you to understand that this phrase has this opening for you to put any belief that you want to tap out of your body. So even though I feel unhealthy, I deeply love, accept, and forgive myself. So that whole phrase, I deeply love, accept, and forgive myself, is there for every one of the beliefs you would tap on. So you tap there, and then you go to the top of your head in the way that I do it, and you're tapping on your skull, and all you do is say the limiting belief, money's bad. You tap a little bit, money's bad. Then you come to the inside of your eyebrows, money's bad, you're tapping there. Then the outside of your eyes, money's bad. Under your eyes, money's bad, tapping. Under your nose, money's bad. Under your lip, right above your chin, money's bad. Then you would drop down, and you can do the left shoulder with the right shoulder, and you're tapping money's bad, or even the chest, money's bad, anywhere that you feel directed. And then I come and finish between the thumb and the index finger saying money's bad. That's a round. And you can do as many rounds as you like. I do tapping virtually every day on one thing or another. Could be impatience while I'm being stuck in traffic. It could be a little irritation because something didn't go my way and I wasn't spiritually aware enough to allow it to be. So here I am tapping. Even though I'm impatient, I deeply love, accept, and forgive myself. Even though I'm impatient, I deeply love, accept, and forgive myself. Then go through the round. Top of my head, even though I'm impatient. Between the eyes, even though I'm impatient. Side of the eyes, even though I'm impatient. Under the eyes, even though I'm impatient. Under the nose, even though I'm impatient. Above the chin and below the lip, even though I'm impatient. And then, of course, the left chest, right chest, heart if you want, and I end here. Even though I'm impatient, well, I now feel more patient. So you can use this for any number of things with tapping. There's lots of videos on the internet, YouTube, and other places. Usually good if you have somebody walk you through this, which is what I'm trying to do in a very speedy way, but hopefully you're getting it from that. And it's one way to remove counter intentions. It's one way to move into alignment. So your conscious and subconscious mind can now go in the direction of what you want to have, do, or be. Another thing that I use is Ho'oponopono, and I had mentioned it earlier. You may or may not have heard of Ho'oponopono. It's a Hawaiian healing system, kind of esoteric, kind of mysterious, and kind of eccentric. And I've written several books about it, from Zero Limits to At Zero to the Fifth Phrase, and it's in the newest book, Zero Limits Living. At heart, Ho'oponopono is a way to change your perceptions of reality by freeing yourself of data. Data is counterintentions. Data is beliefs. Data is your mindset. And how do you do this? You notice that there's something off. You don't even have to know the specific belief. With tapping, you usually know the specific belief. With Ho'oponopono, you don't. You just need to know, I don't feel right. I'm not attracting money and I somehow feel upset about it. That's cool. That's enough. And so you have a kind of prayer, a petition to the divine, to nature, to Gaia, to the universe. Basically, you're saying, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. You're saying this inside yourself. You're saying this to your connection to the great something. And you're basically asking it to resolve the counter intentions within you, whether you know them or not. This is incredibly powerful. I first heard about Ho'oponopono because I had heard the most amazing story of a therapist who helped heal an entire ward of mentally ill criminals. And he never saw any of them in a therapeutic way. He was working on himself. And this is the shift. It's one of the most amazing shifts that you would take in your life, where you assume full responsibility for what's going on in your life. It's nobody else's fault. I know you want to say it's somebody else's fault. That's the victim mentality. But what we teach at the Napoleon Hill Institute is that you have more power than you ever thought before. And we want to awaken it so you can conceive it, believe it, and achieve it, as the great Napoleon Hill had said so many times. And so what we're doing right here is realizing that whatever you're saying is a problem is you labeling outer reality in an internal way. The problem is not out there. The problem is you saying it's out there. You've labeled something or someone. It's easy to blame family members, spouse, neighbors, employees, vendors. There's no shortage of people you can blame. But in Ho'oponopono, you don't blame. You take responsibility. It's not your fault, but it is your responsibility. And so you take the responsibility inside and you go, I don't know where this came from. I don't know what beliefs are in play that has created this situation, but please take care of it. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. This is one of the most powerful techniques and tools you can ever use, and I invite you to start using it today. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. Nevelize. Nevelize is a word I coined. Neville Goddard was a mystic who passed away, I think, in the 70s. He wrote a lot of books, gave lots of presentations, and he had one really specific gift that can help you and I in all situations. You've heard about visualization. You've heard that the mental imagery has a lot of science behind it. So if you want to have, do, or be something, you sit here and you close your eyes and you visualize acquiring it at some point. That works. Science proves that works. Mental imagery is incredibly powerful. But Neville went a step further. He said you can feel it real. Feel it real. I wrote a song called Feel It Real and recorded it with Grammy-nominated singer Ruthie Foster because that's the importance of this message. Neville said, instead of visualizing it, feel it's already complete. Go to the end result and imagine it already is here. If you were wanting to attract that money, instead of visualizing it off in the distance, imagine it already came to you yesterday. What does it feel like to already have your intention complete? You got the money. Or if you were looking to attract a new car, I'm a car guy. So if you're thinking about a new car, yes, it's one thing to put it on a vision board, but it's another thing to imagine the car's in your driveway and the keys in your desk and you went for a drive in it yesterday. That's Nevilleizing. Neville said, and this is a quote, assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. What does that mean? Assume the feeling, the embodiment of your intention already completed. It already came to pass. With this tool, this technique, you bypass the subconscious counterintentions, the limitations, because you are assuming it's already over. What you wanted is already in your life. You feel it real. This is incredibly powerful. It's one of my favorite techniques, Nevilleize. And of course, you want to do all of these techniques, hopefully in a group setting, which is why we have the Napoleon Hill Institute to support each other, support you as you keep going up. All right, let me give you a story or two to prove how awesome and powerful this material works. Andres Pira, that young man right there, he flew me to Thailand several years ago, in fact, twice at this point. He wanted to put on a speaking event and he wanted me to come and speak. And I went reluctantly because I didn't really want to go to Thailand. And I was living in Texas and I was a really long flight. But I went and I met the most amazing guy with the most inspiring story. When I met him, he was 35 years old. And he started to tell me that only 15 years earlier, when he was 20, he was homeless on the beaches of Thailand. No money, no car, no job, nothing. He actually reached out to a friend of his, and the friend said, I'm not going to send you any money. I'll send you a book, which even today I thought was pretty daring. It's like I'd send him a book and some money. But his friend said, I'll send you a book. And he sent him the book, The Secret. And you know the movie The Secret, which was I was in, and the book The Secret, which I'm also in. And it's all about the power of visualization, the power of the law of attraction, and it's motivational and it's inspiring. And Andres Pira got the book and was mad. He was mad. He read that book and he said, you know what? I'm going to prove this stuff is wrong. I'm going to prove this book doesn't work. And so he started to practice a little visualization, and he thought he'd imagine getting a cup of coffee. Somebody bought him a cup of coffee. Well, that's a fluke. Let me see if I can visualize lunch. Somebody buys him lunch. He goes, let me try it on something bigger. And he wants an apartment. He gets an apartment. He keeps working at this. And when I met him, he was a billionaire. A billionaire, not a millionaire, not a multimillionaire, a billionaire. And he was bringing me to Thailand to thank me. He said it was my books, my appearance in The Secret, my teachings that caused him to go from homeless to billionaire with a B. Of course, I told him it wasn't me, it was him. He applied everything. He didn't just take notes. He didn't just listen. He didn't just get entertained. He took action, inspired action. He was a billionaire when I met him, and he was 35 at the time. That's one of the most amazing stories. And he went out to prove that this doesn't work. I love it. This is the princess in Kuwait. And she flew me to Kuwait. Another example of I didn't want to go. Kuwait's a very far place, and Americans had wars there, or we protected them at some point. So I didn't want to go, but I did. And I'm glad I did, because I met this woman who was beyond wealthy. Everybody you know probably says, oh, if I only won the lottery, or if I only was more wealthy, or if I only took care of all these bills. life would be a breeze and everything would be over because all the problems would vanish. That's not true. It's not true, and she proves it. I talked to her, and she said, Dr. Joe, I want to hire you as a coach. And I looked at her like, what in the world do you need that I would provide? And I said, for what? And she said, I have problems with money. And I looked and thought, you have problems with money? She's born in Kuwait, which automatically everybody born there is wealthy because of their resources. Everybody is born into allotted wealth. But she was also married twice to two independently wealthy men. Both died and both left her her money, or left her their money. She's got wealth beyond measure. And she says, Dr. Joe, I want to hire you because I have problems with money. And I had to say, what is your problem with money? And she said, I'm afraid people will always take advantage of me. I'm always looking around the corner, waiting for the shoe to drop, waiting for something to happen because I made a mistake or somebody is robbing me or ripping me off in some way. She still had concerns about money. And because of that, she was not at peace. And I'm bringing this story up to prove to you that it isn't the solution you think it will be. Yes, we all want money. Yes, that would be nice. But if you are making it the holy grail and sacrificing your spirituality and your health and your well-being and your family in pursuit of it, then you're making a mistake. And there'll be a price to pay at some point. You need to make peace with money on all levels. And that's only one example of how the law of alignment actually works. There was a woman I know many years ago who we were in a mastermind together. And a mastermind is this wonderful concept that Napoleon Hill labeled during Think and Grow Rich and Law of Success and some of his early writings, and of course talked about many times, and we do and endorse at the Napoleon Hill Institute. And there was a woman in a mastermind with me, and she walked in one time and she says, I'm ready to attract my soulmate. And we all like, all right, we're with you. And she said, I made a list of qualities. And I thought, oh, that's brilliant. What most people do when they say they want to attract a soulmate is they come from their limitations. They think of the guy next door, or the girl at work, or somebody that they've met, and they think, oh, that's my soulmate. There's 8 billion people on the planet. There might be somebody you've not met yet that could be your soulmate. So instead of putting a target around somebody you know, a better approach is what this woman did. And she made a list of qualities. He needs to be humorous. He needs to like fishing or what. I don't remember all the qualities. She made like 30 different statements. She read them all to us, and we held the intent for her. She met somebody within a few weeks, ended up dating him for months, ended up marrying him. They travel around the world together, and I still hear from them. And that was almost 15 years ago. So anything you want to have, do, or be is possible as long as you are in alignment. That's the missing secret. You must be in alignment using any of the tools we've been talking about, any of the tools and services and courses we talk about at the Napoleon Hill Institute, but it's entirely possible for you. And I want you to realize, we mentioned a lottery winner earlier. There have been people who have used the law of attraction to win the lottery. They've won a lot of money. And there have been people who have won lots of money, I mean, millions of dollars. And a year or so later, they're broke. And they have even less money than when they bought the lotto ticket. Why? Because they're not in alignment with money. They still have counter intentions, limiting beliefs, that raw data that says money's bad for me, money's evil, money corrupts. Money's a neutral tool, folks. Money in and of itself is nothing. But it does extract out of you the deeper personality that you're carrying around. And so even a lotto winner needs to be clear to accept money and be able to use it for good and direct it as a good steward. So I want you to remember, you were born to manifest every desire. Those desires are gifts from the universe, gifts from the divine, gifts from God to you. There's nothing new that you have to learn. What you have to do is unlearn your counter intentions and the negative programming that blocks you from creating your dreams. I'm telling you, if people like Andres Pira, who's only one example, can go through his life and want to prove that these principles don't work, and ends up, despite himself, becoming a billionaire. And people like me, I was homeless. I was in poverty for 10 years. I know what it's like to struggle and look at piles of bills that are not going anywhere. They're still there haunting me. And I've broken free. Today, I live the lifestyle of the rich and famous. Today, I'm winning awards from the U.S. president, Los Angeles Tribune, and I'm president of the Napoleon Hill Institute. I'm telling you that you can have, do, or be what you want. You need a little help. You need some of the techniques, but the law of alignment is the missing secret that nobody talks about because they didn't know it. The law of alignment is your ticket to freedom. And we here at the Napoleon Hill Institute can help you with that. So, Cleona or Carla, who's coming in to take over?
Oh, there I am. Oh my God, this was incredible. Thank you so much, Dr. Joe. Dr. Joe. This answers so many questions for many people watching today, this hidden, missing secret. And, as a coach myself, I deal with the same situation with many, many of our clients when they come in, and it's this misalignment. So I'm so grateful for you. I just want especially for the new people that have just joined us, I am ecstatic. I am grateful that you are now the president of the Napoleon Hill Institute.
I am honored. I still pinch myself going, this is a great privilege and great leadership role. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, Cleona. I am apparently I'm about speechless. So thank you.
Thank you. Is there one message for the people watching today? Maybe this is their first time they've found us. Dr. Joe, we got a lot of beautiful comments. I'll share them with you this week. Is there one message that you can give to the audience of what they should expect from us? What are we creating here, or a little bit of a vision for what we're going to create here at the Napoleon Hill Institute from your heart?
What we're creating is a global awakening. What we're doing is guiding people to their own spirituality, and as their heart opens, they find out that there is a divine mission for them. It doesn't have to be a mission where you go out and cure cancer. It could just be, running your household or the local store or whatever it happens to be. There's something unique for you to do that when you joyfully do it because you realize it's your life mission, you become more alive. There's more energy. There's more vibrancy. There's more light coming from your heart. And as a result, the more of us do that, the more we light up the planet. We are going in the direction of a global awakening. And now we have the tools. When Napoleon Hill left us in 1970, he did a lot of research. He wrote a lot of books, many of which are being published now. There's one coming out in a few months from this timeline called The 12 Miracles of Life. And he was moving in the direction of spirituality and spiritual awakening. But with everything that we have today in terms of tools and resources and what's being developed and renewed, and with the support, like the Napoleon Hill Institute supports everybody in the Institute. And we are expanding around the globe, which makes it even easier to create this triggered awakening. So it's exciting times for all of us. I always say expect miracles. I think we all want to start thinking in that term. Expect miracles.
Yes. And the more I'm around you and the more I spend time with you, I expect miracles, Dr. Joe, because you are a miracle in my life and all of our lives. So I want to show something before you go.
Mm-hmm.
I want to show everybody something really quick. It just came to me today. Okay. And we are totally in alignment, me and you. I believe we are on a global mission of awakening. And I just want to show everybody how the Napoleon Hill started, the second round of Napoleon Hill Institute started. It started quite simply, the way Dr. Joe was explaining today. It all started by writing on this. So this was the vision for the Institute, bringing it back It started on a notepad at the end of 2022. And so here we are. We have hundreds of coaches already that are certified, and I call them our light worker, our NAPS army, Napoleon Hill's army, right? To go out there, and they're the foot soldiers of the light and for this movement. So I wanted to share that to inspire everyone. And I also, if there's anything else you want to share before you go, I want to play a little video, okay? Just to let everybody know what we did a couple of weeks ago. So Jeff,
awesome.
if you could bring up that video, that would be incredible.
Dr. Joe Vitale here. I'm president of the Napoleon Hill Institute. I'm in New York City. I'm at the Andrew Carnegie mansion. He lived here. This was his office, and something magical and historic happened in 1908. Napoleon Hill, a young reporter, a hillbilly, a nobody, met with the great tycoon because of an introduction, and Andrew Carnegie challenged him. He said, "I want you to study the science of success and bring it to the world." And Andrew said, "I'm not going to pay you, but I'll make introductions. I'll help you along the way." Napoleon Hill did that. And during that time, Napoleon Hill came out with a lot of courses, a lot of products, and of course, Think and Grow Rich, the famous book that has helped so many people. Unfortunately, Andrew Carnegie died before Napoleon Hill achieved any level of success. So this book was never given to Andrew. I'm here to complete the story, to bring closure to the mission, and to say thank you to Andrew Carnegie in his mansion, in his studio, and to say thank you to Napoleon Hill. This book belongs here in this library.
All right, we're back. Wow.
Oh, and that was a beautiful moment. So I will let you continue on, and thank you for the honor, and everybody that's tuned in, thank you for making the time. I think I want to say one more thing, Cleona. I know that a lot of people who tune in to this event will have the thought, will this work for me? Will this work for me? And I want them to remember I had been homeless and wondered the same thing. Andres Pira had been homeless and wondered the same thing. And there are countless people who have transformed their lives by having the belief that it was possible, but even more than that, having support to get them through those nights of doubt. Yeah. So you're in the right place. All the encouragement, all the support, all the information, all the inspiration is here. I just want people to believe in themselves enough to take the next step. All of us can change and transform.
Yeah.
With that, Godspeed, thank you, and expect miracles.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Joe. Wow, what an incredible start to our actually, it's not our last day. We have something to tell you later. What an incredible beginning. I hope you could just let that sink in for a moment. Why don't we just take a moment to let that sink in and truly listen to the words of Dr. Joe. And he's helped so many people. And it is true. Give this a chance. Give this a chance. We know how this formula works. We have an army of coaches lined up to help you. And we mean this from our heart. This is a mission. This is a global awakening. And I will do this for the rest of my life. And I do believe that we are being guided. There are no coincidences. We are being guided. We are being supported. by Napoleon Hill, Andrew Carnegie, and many of the other members of the Twilight Club, which you're getting to know about. And so if you feel connected to us, you need to continue on and study with us, get into one of our programs. Maybe you want to become a coach, but there's something special. We'll introduce again the Twilight Club. But what I want to talk to you about today is, and I'm still bathing in the energy of Dr. Joe's message here. I know some of you are saying that you're moved to tears. Yes, Luis, I feel the same myself, my friends, because everything we're speaking about today is from the heart. And I hope you can feel that. A little bit emotional, as I normally am. This morning I woke up and I was thinking about all of you. How can I help them? How can I get this information to them? How can I let it land? How can I plant the seed? I'm always asking God, the universe, source, whatever you believe in, divine, how can we help these people more? How can we deliver it better, right? And so this is why we've brought on some of the best teachers in the world. And now we've attracted Dr. Joe Vitale. He's now the president. So we are on a mission. I want to talk to you today about the law of light, the law of light. And I'm just going to put on the screen here some slides as well as we move through. Okay, the law of light, the law of light. What is the law of light? So the universe is, you've learned now, up until now, all of these days, if you haven't watched all the other sessions, go back and watch them. You will now know that the law of light and the universe is a vast, intricate web of vibrations and thoughts and light. All is interconnected and interdependent. We are all connected, whether you believe it or not. We are all connected, okay? And I do believe, as we go on here, you're going to see why I believe everything is light. Light is the universal language. Light is the universal language. All thinking is registered in light. And man and woman, we call this matter. Matter. We call this matter. Solid things that we think are solid are not solid at all. As we know now, science has proven everything is moving. Everything is a state of vibration. Everything is moving, not still, but all is light. And there are instruments that can actually record the light of what's called matter. Everything is made of light. Nothing is which is not light. So when a man or a woman change their low speed of objective thinking, which we talked about, we call it the basement, when they get out of the basement, as Carla called it. When we get out of the basement thinking and we change that low speed and we raise our vibration and we change and upgrade ourselves to the penthouse thinking, we then become what's called the ecstatic man. Walter Russell, who was one of the leaders of the Twilight Club, he called this the ecstatic man, or a universal genius, Superman, a genius. So you are a genius when you learn how to raise your vibration and become an ecstatic woman or man. And I'll go deeper in just a moment. And light can be measured, as I said. So I'm going to give you 6 steps of how to apply the law of light and live in harmony with the law of light, even just talking about it. For example, we are told, many of us know, that we're supposed to eat organic, plant-based foods as much as possible, right? How many of you know that in the chat? How many of you know that you're supposed to eat organic, plant-based foods as much as possible? And it should be the larger portion of your diet. How many of you know this? We are light. Many of you know, right? So what happens to the organic plants? What happens to nature? What happens to the leaf? It's the nature plants absorb light. They absorb light, energy. And this is why we are made of light. So we are supposed to eat plants that have absorbed light, foods that bring us energy, foods that give us vitality. We're supposed to eat the food that is made of light, right? But we don't. Yes, you can have, of course, you can eat meat, and there's light in meat in some way, shape, or form. But I believe that our diet's supposed to be mostly plant-based, organic, natural foods, because it absorbs the light. Think about it. Think of the energy absorbing in the plant, right? So there's 6 steps to live in harmony with the light. Number 1, humility. Humility. And I thank Walter Russell for teaching us this. Humility. I don't care how rich you get. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care how well you do in your career. Be careful, my friends. I have seen it with my own eyes. I've seen it in myself. When I started working with Bob Proctor, and there was one year I 10x'd my income. We were all going for these big money goals, and we're going after all the things, right? And I wanted to play with this. Does this stuff really work? Can I 10x? Yes, I had doubled my income one time. So then I went after this 10x goal, and I achieved it. But I caught myself one day. I caught my program in my apartment in New York City, and I caught myself, and I caught my ego. I caught my ego kick in, and I was thinking so much about myself in that moment. And I lost sight of why we go after these goals in the first place. So number 1 is humility. I had to get humble. I had to remember why we're doing this in the first place, and that is to serve. So humility, no one can multiply themselves by themselves. We must divide ourselves and give through acts of thoughtfulness and service to all. We must remain humble during the appearance of good times. The appearance is the key word. Good times, great times, or low times. Remain humble. That's number 1. Number 2, reverence. What is reverence? What is reverence? And Walter Russell said, I'm an interpreter who can think that thing within me which is worthy of being done. I want you to really think about this for a moment. We are interpreters of the light. The message from the divine, from God, from the universe, that message your soul is carrying, you are a soul, to carry out this labor of love, whatever the work is that you do, whatever it is that you want to create, you are an interpreter. You're a channel for creation. You heard Dr. Joe talk about this today. You're a co-creator. So some ways for you to experience reverence is to decide to become a worthy interpreter of the light, to decide that you want to become a channel of good. Be alone, listen to the whispers from within. Connect to infinite intelligence through meditation, through prayer, through study, through the work that we're doing, through Ho'oponopono. You can connect to the divine. Do your work with reverence. What does it mean? And respect creation that is seeking expression through you. This is a big statement. Respect creation which is seeking expression through you. The light is expressing itself through you. Creation wants to express itself through you. Respect for creation. How do we do this? We become a clear channel. We become a clear channel. Yes, we become a clear channel. And we respect the expression of the divine that wants to work through us. That's how this works. And then the next point, which is so important for reverence, when you go to work, my friends, I was talking to someone the other day. I don't remember if it was on a coaching call, it was somewhere. They said they hated their job. I hate my job. I can't stand it. It's so miserable. I hate going there. And with that attitude, do you think you're living with the law of light, in harmony with the law of light? No. There's an attitude of just being ungrateful. There's an attitude that this job or this work is doing something to you. Last time I checked, no one's forcing you or that person to go to that job. There's no rule that says that you must be there. So my advice to all of you, if you're working for someone, love your work. Do it with reverence. As you step into your job, your place of work, your labor of love, do it with respect, with reverence, and with joy and gratitude, because they're providing you something, right? They're giving you a check. You're using that money to feed your family or take care of your life. So as long as you're in a job or you're working for someone and you don't like it, I want you to change your attitude immediately and become grateful until you discover what you're meant to do next. And when you decide what you're meant to do next, then you leave with grace and gratitude. Do not go around with this attitude, I hate my job. Continue with gratitude. Have reverence for everything you do from the moment you wake up to the minute you go home at night. Have reverence, love your work, and give reverence for the gift of creation, because you're helping part of this master plan of creation. You don't like your job? Then you know what to do, right? But don't sit there with a negative attitude, being ungrateful. All right. The next step is number 3, how to live in harmony with the law of light, inspiration. And I can't wait to tell you this. So our COO, her name is Christina Westergaard. She's from Denmark, and she's an incredible coach and leader here at Napoleon Hill Institute. And she's also the president of the Denmark division, the Danish division. And we've been studying this inside out. We get so excited. We're like little kids uncovering these secrets, right? And now we're here sharing them with you. She found the book, and I'll tell you at the end of the presentation who was in the Twilight Club that we're bringing back. And we get so excited because we figured this out. And I'm going to show you now one huge secret. And I hope you take this home, and I hope you take it seriously and you'll never forget it. So step 3 is inspiration. Inspiration only comes to those who plug into the infinite source, into the universe, and become harmonious with its rhythms by communing with it. And I'm going to show you how to do that in a minute, okay? Inspiration and intuition are the language of light, through which we communicate with God, and God communicates with us. Infinite intelligence communicates with us. Inspiration and intuition is how we communicate with God, and God communicates with us. I'm going to show you a secret in a minute. So definite purpose is step 4. How do you live in harmony with the light? You must have a definite major purpose. This is the first principle of success in the science of personal achievement that Napoleon Hill wrote many years ago. You see, I get a lot of messages. I don't know my purpose. I don't know, what am I supposed to be doing? And I was just like that. And it was in my, I think I was late 20s when I found out my purpose. And so I'm going to give you some of the questions that helped me figure out what my purpose was. So number 1, you all were gifted at birth. All of you were gifted at birth with some talent, a gift that you do very, very well. Okay. Number 2, I want you to ask, if you don't know your purpose yet, before you go to bed at night, I want you to ask your subconscious mind 41 times, what is my purpose? You can say a prayer, oh divine, show me my purpose. What is my purpose? And you ask that 41 times for 41 nights, okay? And allow your subconscious mind to bring you an answer. It will come to you. It will come to you. Next, or you could start thinking through it today. Maybe you're close to figuring out what your purpose is. What brings you joy? What brings you the most joy? What are you great at? What do you love to do? What do you love to talk about? What energizes you when you talk about it? This is how I found my purpose. I used to get so excited, energized about talking about this material. I used to get so energized, and I couldn't wait to share it with everybody, and everybody used to get so annoyed by me. They're like, what's wrong with her? She's, but I just fell in love with this material. It changed my life. These laws changed my life. Changing my programming of my subconscious mind changed my life. And that's what I want to share with you. So what energizes you? And then the next question is, if you had all the money in the world right now, actually, Jeff, can we just put on a little bit of music if it's possible? A little bit of music. I want you to take 1 minute. And if we can't, it's okay. But I just want to take 1 minute. For those that are still seeking and you don't know your purpose, just take a moment and ask, what is my purpose here on earth? What was I sent to earth to do? If I had all the money in the world, what would I do tomorrow? Just take 1 minute. Grab your pen and paper. If you had all the money in the world, what would I do? Ask. What would you do tomorrow? And if some of you are ready, put it in the chat. Put it in the comments. Maybe we can see them. What would you do if you had all the money in the world? So this is in alignment with your purpose. It's your joy of joys. It's what your soul is desiring, so that you can share your gifts and talents. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you so much. So whoever's watching this, or watching the replay, I want you to do that exercise. Do it for 41 times and ask at night before you go to bed and allow the answer to come to you. So the next step of living in harmony with the light is joy. Joy. So the compensating principle of balance is joy. We are supposed to live in joy. That's just a fact. Joy reloads us with new thought energy. So when you feel, you say, I don't have any energy, I feel tired, I'm running out of energy, it's because you're not in joy. Find a way to get back onto the frequency of joy. Isn't that incredible? We are designed so beautifully. So if you don't find joy, and I talked about this, if you don't find joy in your work, you will fatigue, and you from the devitalizing draining of energy. What does that mean? It means you will feel it. You will have a lack of energy if you're not enjoying your work. So what is the secret? The secret is to become enthusiastic and ecstatic. How do we become ecstatic in our work, full of joy? How do we do it? What is the secret? Are you ready for it? Who's ready for the secret? I love when I found this secret, It tied everything together for me. Me and Christina, we were like little kids jumping up and down. We're like, we knew it. We knew it. So what is the secret? How do you become ecstatic and have connection to this infinite intelligence, this powerful source, and then live in harmony with the law of light? Desire. Desire is the secret. It's how we plug in to the universe. It's the first chapter in Think and Grow Rich, the first steps to riches. This is not an accident. Okay? Walter Russell, who was working with Andrew Carnegie, Walter Russell, and many more in the Twilight Club, they would meet at night and discuss these secrets of the universe. And they knew desire is how to plug into the universe. Why is it the first chapter in Think and Grow Rich? Why do you think Napoleon Hill put it down as the first step towards riches? Why do you think? Because they all knew this secret, my friends. And now you know this secret. The first chapter in Think and Grow Rich, the first step towards riches. It's actually chapter 2, but it's the first step towards riches. The first chapter is the introduction. So desire is how we plug in to the universe. This is incredible. This is amazing, right? What is desire? It comes from the Latin word desire, of the Father. There's no coincidence here. Of the light, the message of light. So let's go a little deeper into the message of light. I'm going to bring up some holy books that I pulled out verses from. I love all religions. Napoleon Hill Institute welcomes all religions, all spiritual beliefs. Everybody is welcome here. But I just wanted to pull out some of these messages of light from the Holy Bible. For example, John 8:12 says, when Jesus spoke to the people, he said, I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. Interpretation. Jesus declares himself as a source of spiritual light and guidance, offering a path out of spiritual darkness for his followers. There's no coincidences here. And then Psalms 119 and 105, your word is a lamp for my feet, a light on my path. The word of God is described as providing guidance and direction in life, illuminating the righteous path. In the Quran says, Allah is the light of the heavens and the earth. The example of his light is like a niche within which a lamp, the lamp is within glass, the glass as if it were a pearly white star lit, the oil of a blessed olive tree. Interpretation. Allah is described as the ultimate source of light, symbolizing his guidance and wisdom that illuminates the lives of believers. The Bhagavad Gita, chapter 10, verse 11, to show them special mercy, I, dwelling in their hearts, destroy with the shining lamp of knowledge the darkness born of ignorance. Is it all coming together for you now? Is it all coming together? Interpretation. Krishna, as a divine incarnation, claims to dispel ignorance and bring enlightenment to his devotees through the divine knowledge that resides in their hearts. Just reading these words, remember we talked about words cast spells. I hope you can feel the energy of these words, the power in these words, these messages that are truth. The truth will always resonate with your soul and your heart. I'm reading truth here today. I hope you feel it. And then in the Dhammapada, which is the Buddha verses, verse 146, why is there laughter? Why is there joy when the world is burning? Shrouded in darkness, would you not seek the light? Interpretation. This verse encourages individuals to seek enlightenment and wisdom, moving away from ignorance and suffering that characterize the unenlightened state. There is a common thread, my friends, through all of the laws, through everything that we're teaching, through the different holy books, and I could go on and bring more research to you. This is all available to you. There's a common thread. They're telling us the same message in the holy books. We must live by the law of light. And he's talking about enlightenment versus ignorance. We talked about that this week. There's a common thread and a message for all of us here. Andrew Carnegie, who gave the great assignment to Napoleon Hill, he was a messenger of the light. He created, along with Walter Russell and many more, the Twilight Club. And we're going to talk to you about the Twilight Club in a little bit. And I'm just so honored. I'm so grateful for what we're doing with Dr. Joe Vitale's help, with Dan Matthews' help, and our team, our principal teachers. We're bringing this message. We're bringing the truth. We're bringing the truth. When we went to Andrew Carnegie, stay with me. You do not want to miss this. When we went to Andrew Carnegie's mansion, we had a big event in New York City on June 20th or 22nd. For 3 days, we all got together and we had an event, Napoleon Hill Institute, Grow Rich with Peace of Mind. We went to visit Andrew Carnegie's mansion for the second time. You saw the video of Dr. Joe bringing back the book, Think and Grow Rich. So we went into Andrew Carnegie's mansion. It was my second time there. And every time I walked into Andrew Carnegie's office, his study room, I was moved to see, and still get moved when I go there, to see what he had, what Andrew Carnegie had all around his office, who was the richest man in the world. And he gave all his money away when he died. He gave it away to charity. So what do you think I saw in Andrew Carnegie's mansion? He was truly a messenger of the light. This is what I saw. Can we just bring that up full screen, please? Andrew Carnegie sat in this room. He surrounded himself with these quotes, these verses, these affirmations. The kingdom of heaven is within you. And this was right above his fireplace. This is Andrew Carnegie's home. It's still there. That's exactly how it was and is. The kingdom of heaven is within you. And what else does it say? Let there be light. Let there be light. Now you're all watching this, and you're meant to see this and hear this and feel this, because there's a great light that's moving through each and every one of you right now as we share these messages. Let there be light. And this was me and Dr. Joe taking the pictures of Andrew Carnegie's library. What did he surround himself? What words was he surrounding himself, and why? We're now going back and doing the research. We're digging up everything we can find that Andrew Carnegie was studying, and we're recreating it, and we're bringing it back. So you can bring me back now, Jeff. Thank you. How incredible is this? How incredible is this? So the law of light, my friends, the whole of creation is built on the law of light? Why did he have that on around his room? Why did he have let there be light? The kingdom of heaven is within. Why did he have that around him? He knew all of this. He knew all of these laws, and now we're sharing them with you. So the law of light represents an ethical choice for you that must be made. There's an ethical choice that must be made. What do you choose? Ignorance or light? Darkness or light? Understanding versus ignorance. This is what we talked about all week. And if you go back and watch the presentations, you will see the only way to get out of ignorance is to move into understanding through repetition of study. My friends, I want to invite you. We went over this week incredible lessons. I want to invite you to join us in our mission, as Dr. Joe Vitale shared today. Join us in our mission. Join the Twilight Club. And I'm going to bring up Carla here just in a moment. And she's going to go over all of the details of the Twilight Club. Myself, I will be there every week. I will be teaching. And I'm actually going to assign the first 50 people who join the Twilight Club. You're going to get a coach assigned to you, one of our Napoleon Hill Institute coaches. You're going to meet with them once a month, and they're going to help you on this journey. So I wrote some notes today. And if you're thinking of joining our mission, you want to become a coach with us, or you want to join the Twilight Club and go deeper. I can't teach everything this week. There's so much more to discuss and teach and go over, but I couldn't do it all this week. So if you're seeking fulfillment, this is for you. I wrote this down. Who is this for? Okay. Who is this Twilight Club for? This is for you. If you're seeking fulfillment and understanding, number one. Number two, you want to go deeper into these laws, go deeper in understanding and applying. Number three, if you want to be part of a heart-centered community, I'm sorry, I'm not biased, but I really believe we have the most heart-centered community in the world. We meet every day. We meditate together every day, 5:30 in the morning, 5 days a week. Then you belong here. If you want to experience more joy and peace of mind in your life, then you belong here. If you want to get healthier in your thinking, in your beliefs, your habits, earn more money, prosper, then you belong here. You belong at the Napoleon Hill Institute. And if you want to go deeper into these laws, come join us. I'm going to bring up Carla. Thank you so much. I've been so honored and I'm so grateful to be here with you this week.
Wow. Thank you, Cleona. This was so beautiful. Thank you. And I wanted to share something. I know you had a bunch of wonderful examples of light from different holy books. Something that I follow and I love is A Course in Miracles. And I know some of you, I've seen some quotes down there. It's been my book of emotional sobriety. I do embrace all teachings and all religious philosophies because at the end of the day, they all lead to the one and to the truth, that the answers are within. And I saw this beautiful quote from A Course in Miracles about light. It says, "Let us keep our focus on the light within each individual, each situation, and within ourselves. And if we find we are drawn back into the darkness, caught once again in our anger or judgments about someone or something, let's affirm, the light has come. I have forgiven you. The light has come. I have forgiven the world." And so I think it goes beautifully with what Dr. Joe is talking about, forgiveness, ho'oponopono. So I just wanted to add that. Thank you so much, Cleona.
It's beautiful. Thank you. I look forward to seeing you all later we're going to have a VIP room. She's going to talk about it. I'm going to get ready and meet you all over in that VIP room. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Wow. All right, everybody. This was the end of day 4. We may or may not have a bonus day. We'll talk about that later for tomorrow. But for now, I just want everybody to lock in. What were your takeaways? Put them in the chat. I'm looking over here in the chat. As I say, this is a lifestyle. As I was listening to Dr. Joe, as I was listening to Cleona, I was getting all my books out. This is Dr. Joe's book, Zero Limits Living. And I was just, something had stood out. I mean, I had this, actually, here we go. This is my bookmark. I don't want to lose my space. Look at this fun bookmark. We got this in New York Reprogramming in Progress. This is a bookmark, and it has Napoleon Hill, whatever the mind can conceive and believe it can achieve. So I have all my bookmarks. But it basically says, when we say the Ho'oponopono, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. What are we saying sorry for? That's the first question we get. Why am I saying I'm sorry if this person did something wrong towards me? Really towards everybody in every moment. We're cleaning, as Dr. Hugh Lin says. I'm sorry for the erroneous thoughts within me that have caused the problem for me and you. So as we learn about the subconscious mind, that's what we're teaching. We're learning about you. I'm learning about me. This is an internal inside job process. The power of our subconscious mind, the root of everything, every result you have in your life is because of what's going on in your subconscious mind. And so it made me think of Napoleon Hill's book here. And you know what I love? This is a little secret that Don Green, the executive director of the Napoleon Hill Foundation, told me. He said, did you ever notice, Carla, that on a lot of these covers of books, they've changed it over the years? Because it used to say, the original text edited from 1937, but he said he wanted to add this original inscription on the top. It says, for men and women who resent poverty. And I said, I love that, Dawn. For men and women who resent poverty, and this is not just monetary poverty. If you're somebody who gets frustrated or resents being poor, not having enough to do what you want and live the way you want to live, resenting poverty in health, not having enough health and feeling vibrant. If you're sick and tired of feeling poverty of health, physical, mental, not having calm and peace of mind. If you feel poverty in relationships, you don't have the relationships that really light you up, the community that lights you up. Or poverty in purpose. That's what our definite chief aim is for. Do you feel like I'm poverty in my purpose? I haven't found it yet. This book is for you, for men and women who resent poverty. Amen to that. So I was just opening to a chapter on the subconscious mind, and it says the subconscious mind works day and night through a method of procedure unknown to us. The subconscious mind draws upon the forces of infinite intelligence for the power with which it voluntarily transmutes our desires into its physical equivalent, making it always the most practical media by which the end may be accomplished. Dr. Joe talked about that. Are we Nevilleizing things? And I'm so excited. I'm such a nerd. I love Neville Goddard, and we're going to study that in the Twilight Club. Dr. Joe Vitale is not only such a scholar of Napoleon Hill and his principles, but of Neville Goddard. If you see his library, I wasn't lucky enough to go, but our COO and Cleona got to go, Christina Westergaard and Cleona, to Dr. Joe's personal library and saw first edition signed copies from Neville Goddard. So we are bringing that into the Napoleon Hill Institute with the Twilight Club, which I'll talk about in a moment. But this is what we're talking about. Are you thinking, as Neville says, from the wish fulfilled? Are you thinking from your wish, or are you thinking of your wish? I want you to think about it right now. This is a wonderful example, and I will not expose you to my terrible drawing, but they're really award-winning, I'll tell you what. But I do all of these drawings because I'm a very visual learner. But I want you to use the faculty of your imagination right now and imagine, right? Say your wish was to have a beautiful pool. This actually was a real story for one of my clients. She wanted to build a pool in her backyard since they moved in the 80s, right? And year after year, her husband and they would promise, I'm going to build a pool in the backyard. I'm going to have a pool. And this was back in like 2021. How many years have passed since the 80s? Almost 30 years. And she said, I want that pool. It was my desire. I want to have a place to cool off in the summer, and I love water and it's healing for me, and I just want to relax and have my kids and family over and enjoy my pool. So I said, okay, let's Nevilleise it, as Dr. Joe says. So I said, are you thinking of your pool? You're looking at your backyard, it's not there yet, and you're thinking and dreaming of the pool there. Okay, that's good. But let's take it a step further. Let's Nevilleise it. Let's think from your pool, not of your pool. So when we think of our desire, I'm thinking of the pool. I can see it over there. No, think from the pool. I told her, think from the pool. You are in the water. You can feel it on your skin. You are floating. You're looking up at the blue sky. You can hear it. You can feel the sun on your face. That's what we all have to do, using the faculty of imagination, that burning desire, Nevilleizing it, thinking from our desire. I always share, I have this beautiful dream that is coming closer to me every day of spending 3 full months in Spain. So when I don't think of Spain. So I'm in California right now. I'm not thinking of Spain, which is all the way across the ocean, the country and the ocean. I picture I am in Spain. I am sitting on a bench in a park in Madrid. Whew, I just breathe and I imagine, I feel my desire already fulfilled. I'm in Spain already. I'm not thinking of Spain. I am in Spain, experiencing it in my imagination. And there's so many fun ways you can do that. And again, that's what we teach here. We teach you how to do this. So I think those are all of the nerd out notes I wanted to share, but I'll show you one of my drawings, right? So the law of alignment, we know the stick person, right? We have the top part, the bottom part, the fruits, and then our results. They match. It's alignment. We're aligned. We're thinking A, we're feeling A, we embody A, we get A results. Now, what Dr. Joe was talking about, not a lot of times we are in alignment. We think one thing and we feel another. I think, oh my gosh, I want that beautiful new relationship, but I don't feel worthy. Everybody's let me down in the past. I've been betrayed. So that's what we'll embody. This is what it looks like. It's like a broken egg. We're misaligned. That's what they call in therapy cognitive dissonance. This is the most painful place to be, by the way, and this is where 98% of people are. We're in a state of cognitive dissonance. We think one way, boom, and then we feel another way, boom, and it just causes a very extreme, painful friction energetically, and then we just get results that have nothing to do with anything. It's chaotic. So let's get you into alignment. Boom, 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 boom. It's a formula. So those are just my nerd out notes that I wanted to share. But thank you guys. I want to see this. So Jeff, if you want to bring up these slides, this was something so powerful. So Cleona had, and we still have it up for free if you guys want to drop that meditation. She did a free money meditation. This was just a couple months ago. Again, we are always offering resources for everybody, and we have something for you. Don't be afraid. I know somebody had written in the, I think I read that testimony or that comment in the beginning. People are saying, wow, you're giving all of this away for free. That's so wonderful in the personal development world. You know, it's scary. We see all these big prices and it's just overwhelming. And you know what's happening is we get afraid. Our money paradigms. I don't have enough. It's the lack and the scarcity mentality because that's what we're programmed with. But remember, when you want something, you will find a way. When you want something, you'll find a way. Don't worry about the how. It will show up. But you remember how I talked about, you first have to make the decision. But back to these slides. So what's possible? Cleona had did this meditation, this money meditation, and this is a text, a screenshot from a gentleman. He says, thank you, Cleona, for that money meditation. I listened since you posted it every day and night before I went to bed. And I allowed myself to flow and have it resonate within me, but only after a while. He said he got a call today that he won a car as he was in the hospital preparing for an operation. Clearly, he's a surgeon. In the meditation, I wanted a Porsche, but the universe knew better and gave me a Maserati. This guy attracted a Maserati. And now you can think, well, what are the chances? Look, that Maserati was always there. It was a contest. Someone was going to win it. But by law of attraction, as we learned, what is attracting to us? If we are blocking our attraction point, it's going to go to someone, and that's okay. But it's not okay. But if we continue to do that, we're going to never allow ourselves to receive the good that is trying to get to us. He goes on to say, the universe was correct. I'm unique, and I always like to be different. There's not a lot of cars like that around where I am. There's not really a lot of Porsches in Australia, or there's a lot of Porsches in Australia. And he was happy that he got a Maserati. So basically, here's the award. Here's a picture of him on the showroom floor with his new Maserati. Isn't that wild? So what happens next? That's what we're discussing today. What happens next? Perhaps you've been studying for years. You understand how the mind works, or you're learning and you're practicing mindfulness, meditation. And we truly do acknowledge, right? And I love that about this community. I could not do this alone. I tried. Cleona mentioned, be humble, humility. I was not humble. I was prideful, and I thought I knew everything. I know. I did not want to be seen not knowing. I was embarrassed. I was too prideful. I wanted to keep my way of doing it because I didn't want to look stupid or foolish or that other people were winning. It's like, girl, Carl, I was losing. And I was not willing to surrender, really. It's the first step. Surrender that your way is not working, that you're open to a new way. And there's always a new way. So when you get to the next level, I always say new level, new devil. We have to surrender again. and surrender again and surrender again. It's a never-ending process, and it's so beautiful. So we acknowledge that immense effort that you put into your personal growth. We put it in every day. We never arrive. There's no finish line. But if you want to delve deeper and study the source, really the roots that have inspired some of the most amazing people and the people that they've learned from, that's what we have the Twilight Club for. So what if there was a place where you could tune in every week? A club for those who seek to unlock the deepest mysteries of the universe. That's what the Twilight Club is. We are so excited about this. It is the most, I would say, complete study when it comes to diving deep. And we are going to open it up. It's going to be a live Zoom call. It's not going to be like this. You are going to be with us in the room, live on Zoom. You're going to have a link every single week. And we're going to prepare you for this journey if you are ready to take it. And not everybody's ready, and that's okay. But if you are, it's a 3-month program and you'll have access to it. It's the first inaugural cohort. This course in itself is worth $9,999, the course itself, for access. But you will also get the self-confidence camp. This is a digital course. It's an 8-week course, 2 months. This course alone runs for $1,500 by itself, without even a coach. I walk my clients through it for more than this because we have to work through it together. You'll also receive in this offer 2 months of the Study and Grow Rich. You guys, this is Monday through Thursday. Monday through Thursday, daily study of Napoleon Hill, by the way. We focus on Napoleon Hill in this daily study. So this is just in addition. These are going to be calls every day. Every single day you're going to have calls. And then we have the 2 months also. You guys are all enjoying the 30 days. What if you could have 2 more months free of the self-discipline camp, the morning meditation, the gratitude, the community? It's almost $400 value there. And we're going to have 2 prep calls. So this Twilight Club launches September 6th, Friday, September 6th. But for the month of August, we're going to get you into all of these programs, the self-discipline camp, continuing that, the Study and Grow Rich. We're going to get you into the self-confidence camp where you're going to work on your self-image. And then in August, we're going to have some prep calls. We're going to get to know you. We're going to mastermind. And remember, for the first 50 people, you will be assigned. These are the special bonuses, but Cleona was already giving them away. She cannot keep a secret, but this is good. For the first 50 people, we're going to walk hand in hand. You will be on 2 live prep calls preparing for your journey, for all of our journey in September. That's almost $1,000 value. And those secret bonuses, which I kind of just revealed, all of this is truly priceless. Over $20,000 value. But for the first 50 people who join the Twilight Club today, you will also get extra bonuses. You'll get an extra month of the Twilight Club. So not just 3 months, it'll be 4 months. You'll have access to this replay, the replay of this live event with Dr. Joe, Perla, Cleona, myself, Dan Matthews, all of the amazing speakers. You will have replays forever for this program that is going to be priced at probably at least a couple thousand. And you will have access to these accountability coaches. That was the secret. But it's just for the first 50 people, and you can get it today for less than $3,000. If you act fast, this is only for the first 50 people. We already had about, I would say, a handful. I'm not sure the number now on the website. Christina, you can put it in there. I'm not sure how many spots are left, but we do have payment plans. So don't let the price frighten you. Don't let your paradigms around lack or poverty frighten you. This is unprecedented, this price right here, under $3,000 for all of that. So I want you to scan this QR code. It's going to take you to the Twilight Club, the main page, where you can see all of the information. You can purchase it if you feel so moved. If you're ready to go, take advantage of this offer. Or if you have any questions, we are live right now in a Zoom room. You can join us live and talk face-to-face right now. If you scan this link, you're going to go to this Twilight Club page, scroll all the way to the bottom, and there will be a Zoom link for you to click. You'll register and you'll receive an email, and then you'll just click on that Zoom link and you will join us live. So I'll be in there. You're going to see me. I'll talk to you face to face. So don't be afraid. Just click on the link, and we are so excited. So Cleona, did you have anything to say?
Yes. And my team are going to be like, what are you doing? I do things intuitively, my friends. I'm just so happy that we're doing this. Listen, I'm just going to add another bonus because it came to my mind and you know how I am. So listen, whoever's watching this right now, click on it. And I'm going to give the first 10 people from whatever time it is now, do the clock. What is it? 1:40. The first 10 people to sign up, I'm going to give you a private coaching call myself. Okay. And I usually charge a lovely price for my coaching, my private coaching. I've helped a lot of people. So you'll get a private, the first 10 from 1:40 p.m. right now who sign up, I'm going to give you a private coaching call from my heart. And I look forward to meeting you. So where do we go now? We go into this private room and
we're headed over to the private room. Again, you guys get into the Facebook chat, ask us questions, join us over there in that room. If you have any questions or hesitations, this is a no-brainer. We want to see you. We launch Monday, July 29th. We will see you live on our call. All of the details for the time will be dropped. But to be honest, right now, this is it. We just want to thank you. Do you want to mention anything about a potential session tomorrow?
Yes. I mean, we're going to do a bonus session tomorrow. We've decided, we've gotten so much feedback, emails, messages. We want to answer your questions. I see some questions here that we didn't get to. My friends, come tomorrow as well for the bonus call. We'll do a Q&A in the Facebook. We're going to do only Q&A at the same time, 12 p.m. We'll go for about 30 minutes tomorrow, so you can put it in your calendar. Listen, come join us. If you feel the truth is resonating with your heart, then you know you belong in this community. You belong here to grow with us, to study with us. Whether you're a coach, you're not a coach, it doesn't matter what it is that you do. If you want to grow and learn, come join us. I will see you all in the other room. Thank you so much. And let's put the link. Michelle's asking for the link in YouTube. We will find a way. If you cannot get the link, just go to the twilightclub.com. I'll see you now in the VIP room.
All right.
Thank you so much. I love you all. I'm so grateful.
Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you tomorrow.
In the twilight of the 19th century, amid the echoes of industrial progress and the whispers of societal transformation, a unique gathering of minds emerged. By dim candlelight in New York City, they debated ideas that would shape the future. Philosophy, science, politics, spirituality, no topic was too grand. Their mission was clear: to explore the depths of human thought, to challenge the status quo, and to cultivate ideas that would shape the future of humanity. This extraordinary gathering was known as the Twilight Club.
Well, this is the Napoleon Hill Institute, of course, so we know it's going to be top level, but this event has been beyond my expectations. Grow rich with peace of mind, and that's exactly what we got here. We got tools and training.
The best 3 days of my life. Just being able to hear from Cleona, from Carla, from all the speakers, Dr. Joe Vitale. I think one of my favorite takeaways was definitely the Ho'oponopono and being able to really use that as a tool to not only help forgive yourself, but forgive your perceptions of other people in your mind and be able to move forward with a clear mind and a clear heart.
It's about the frequencies and the vibration that you are in. All those steps where you go from the basement all the way up to the penthouse is literally by your frequency, by your vibration, by your energy, and their steps. So Napoleon Hill, 2024, and here we are learning about him and his legacy, and that's way a better living, and we want to live in the penthouse, or unless you want to live in the basement.
My biggest takeaway was the spiritual love I felt, the impact I felt from Cleona. Cleona touched us all in a way that was completely heart-opening, and it opened not only my heart, and it not only made me see more of what I desire, but it brought clarity and it gave vulnerability for everybody. It's a safe place.
This event is absolutely amazing. It spoke to my soul. This is what we need to do, is listen to our soul.
Biggest takeaway, oh my gosh, when Dr. Joe Vitale was on there and he led us in a, I'll call it a prayer, or you might call it a mantra or whatever, but it was where you could get very still in yourself, and you just, I'm going to call it a prayer. You'd pray, I'm sorry, I love you, please forgive me, thank you.
I feel like what I got from it was it's so important to stay open-minded to things that you can help use to develop yourself and improve your life. And I had an amazing time.
Great information, things that anyone can do to be successful in life. So a lot of life skills and a lot of opportunity to grow. I would not be any place else but here.
When Carla did the cutting the cord, and that would honestly touched my heart, made me cry, and actually meant a lot to me. It was awesome.
You will be impacted, and therefore that impact is an awareness that you now want to step into. It's something that naturally unfolds within you because of the energy, the vibration, and the love in it.
That was so weird. At 3:30 in the morning, I just woke up and a voice was saying, "You have to write this down."
Wow.
So I got my phone and wrote it in my notes section. We are here to sow with one purpose: grow in harmony, create abundance, and change the lives of those whose hearts we touch. The body is a perfect and miraculous servant, but a terrible and ruthless master. The subconscious mind cannot make decisions. It only receives information and remembers it. It follows the wishes of either the conscious creative mind or the body, which has the duty and responsibility of protecting from threats to survival. The creative mind thinks, thrives, and flourishes in the unknown world of consciousness and potentialities, and has the power to control the flow of the universe through focusing attention and demanding, expecting fulfillment. Thought energy links the conscious creative minds of man and God into one whole, each a reflection of the other, with the body as the servant. This is the stuff of miracles, the realm of universal truth and unity, where terror meets ecstasy, and the miraculous is commonplace.